Welcome. How is everybody tonight? I hope everybody is good tonight. Medina looks a little different. She's dealing with a reaction to some medication. She's dealing with some reactions from some eye drops. You got at the eye doctor?
Yeah, I got the eye drops put in, the one that numbs your eyes, and they said it may sting a little bit. It stung bad. And so anyway, when I got home on Tuesday night, my chest and neck and face started itching a little bit, and then it swelled up. And anyway, I went to the doctor today, and they said, yep, you definitely got an allergic reaction. So they gave me a steroid shot. Never had one of those before. Not excited about it.
Yeah, when they put them in mine, I was expecting, because she had hers done first, and I was her eyes, and I was expecting, so I was in there expecting to be real bad burning. It didn't even hurt. I mean, it didn't. I mean, felt a little uncomfortable for about 2 seconds, but nothing like she was experiencing. I didn't even have to she was dabbing tears out of her eyes, and it really didn't bother me. So I thought at the time, that was strange, because it's just the way it was.
I was crying, worried about you.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. But other than just having to have glasses, and stronger glasses, we're good. Everything turned up good. I heard from Sergeant Melinda. She says she's still dealing with it, but she, I believe, is at home, and she did appear to be, things are getting better anyway. What?
Nothing. I hit something wrong, and when I did, the chat went down here, and then I hit something else, and it went up over here, so I don't know.
Okay. Is it, yeah, it's cold here in Alabama, too. I'm talking about chilly. We had a fire going in there. We're trying to burn up all our firewood. Next week is supposed to be nice. It really is. I heard somebody say, Medina, your banana pudding is calling my name. That is a true fact, and that is why I gained so much weight, because she is an excellent cook. However, I'm a little disappointed right now, and Dina doesn't like me talking about this on this show, but I'm a little disappointed right now in my keto, because I've been on keto now for about a week and a half, and it just the weight's not dropping off like it did before, and I'm not cheating. So I don't know what the deal is. I think it's some medicine I'm taking. That may be it. But yeah, Sergeant Melinda is on the mend. But it's slow go. She has that traumatic brain injury thing, and that's some serious stuff for sure. Excuse me. The poll I posted on our community tab. I would appreciate it if you go over there and vote on the poll. The reason the poll's out there, and I'll tell you what it is. We've had 190 people vote on it so far. When we start full-time RVing, and we're gonna need to go down to 2 days a week on this channel, and the reason why is we're gonna be recording on the other channel and keeping up with Dina's channel at the same time, and we were gonna be traveling in that time. We're not gonna sit for a month here and 2 months here. It's gonna be probably every 3 or 4 days we'll be on the road. So I'm going to be filming a lot, and when I do have to edit those videos, it takes me about 10 hours to really put a good edit in there. So it's not just like I can sit down and put an edit together in 3 or 4 minutes. It takes time. So I do appreciate that y'all understand. So far, the vote is about 98% say they would still come back as subscribers and support the channel through viewership, and 1 or 2% said no, they would not, and I think 6 or 7 said it really didn't matter. So, but I'm gonna leave it up for this week and see where it goes, and I do appreciate y'all's understanding, really. What's the matter, Dina?
Nothing. Now that I know I can't see, it's really hard to see.
Yeah, once they told us, hey, Y'all are almost blind with those glasses. How do you see out of them?
Okay.
Now it's so hard to see through my glasses. I
Okay,
can't
yeah.
hardly read anything.
Let me tell you something funny. These glasses right here, they have the spring on them. They're bifocals. They turn dark when I go out in the sun. I found them at a Goodwill store for $1, and they worked, so I bought them. Well, the doctor said, "What are you wearing right now?" And I said, "I'm just wearing some readers I bought at the Goodwill." She said, "Can I see them?" So she took them. She said, "Honey, these are prescription glasses. Somebody paid a lot of money for that." So anyway, but my vision was 180/20 in this eye and 80/20 in this eye. So she said, "You're going to be able to see a whole lot better."
Yeah, I'm anxious to get mine too.
Okay. Aaron says, if you're restarting keto, try adding extra fat for a few weeks. Bulletproof coffee, fat bombs, add butter to everything, and sour cream, etc.
I will, because I'm kind of stuck, and I don't know what's the matter with it. I think I need to start walking a lot, but dadgum, it's so cold outside right now. I was going to tell y'all something. What was I going to tell you? What was I going to tell you?
I got a B12 shot today, and I don't know what you were going to tell them because you didn't tell me.
I was going to tell you something. Now I can't think of what it was. I just got it right there. Oh, Tyson. Tyson Draper last night. Anybody see his? I know I saw a bunch of y'all over there. Awesome. He had the lady that was Suzanne Morphew's friend that had invited her down to Florida, and he said, and this lady said that she was talking like she was just kind of distraught, stressed out on the phone, and Barry came in and really got onto her rough, just really surprised her, really rough talking to her. And if somebody does not believe that Barry is involved in her disappearance, they need to go over and listen to that interview. They do. But he did an awesome interview. He really did. I can take a lot of watching him interview somebody and take a lot of pointers from it. It was very good. I actually had to pick it up a little bit behind times because we got right after we got off last night. I went and ate supper, and I was busy putting you just can't close out a live stream. You got to go back and you got to add a lot of stuff to your channel. So that's what I was doing. So I caught back up about halfway through, but I sent him a message. Man, just an awesome interview. Really good. And she really told her concern. I felt bad for the lady because she was very upset. She felt like maybe she should have tried to get in touch with Suzanne a little bit more and maybe be an outlet for her, and she didn't. But I'll tell you what, it really was eye-opening to me anyway. In my opinion, it really helped seal the deal on people that are really kind of thinking, oh, it's a tiger or a lion or something like that. So anyway, they're doing good. And Dusty did a great job. Dusty's 321 report did a very good job on a great timeline with on the Suzanne Morphew case. Excellent. Really great timeline. Okay. What are you saying?
Nothing. It's me.
But anyway, a lot of praise for those two guys. They really have done a great job. I don't follow many YouTubers on missing crime stuff. I follow them. I really don't have time to follow anybody else. So those two are pretty my go-to. I do listen to Plunder every once in a while, but I do not have time to follow Duty Ron and Profiling Evil and the other one, the Interview Room and stuff like that. If I run across a thumbnail that is intriguing to me, I'll listen to about 5 or 10 minutes of it. If it's something that's really interesting, I'll listen to the whole thing, but I really just don't have time to do it. Okay, let's talk about some that I looked up today. I was running late. I went with Dina to the doctor, and just in case, stayed in the car just in case they were going to keep her, or she had to be driven somewhere. And
that's not true.
What was
you wanted to make sure I found my way home to cook you supper.
Yeah. Anyway, so I didn't have internet much up there, so I didn't have time to put anything together up there. I came home and did a whole lot of honeydew stuff, and then I put stuff together. All righty. I want to talk about a few things, though. One is off topic a little bit. My son came out with a brand new single on his new album coming out, and it's called Warm Beach Cold Drink, and it cost a pre-order. It's a where you order it, and then when it comes out, you'll be able to listen to it on the internet on your computer. It downloads. Costs $1.29. It would be super great if y'all would do that for me and us to help support him. It's very easy to get discouraged in the music business if you're an unknown. I'll just tell you that.
And his DVD or CD comes out April 16th, and there's like 14 original songs. Y'all, he writes his own music, so
we would sure appreciate it.
They want you to put up a link.
I put this thing right here, and it tells you where to go for this. I think this is in. What is this in? He put it on there. It's in the community tab, and also I need to go back and put what he wrote to his friends about.
They could check it on
thing.
his Facebook page, Dakota Green.
Yeah, if you go to dakotagreen.com or Dakota Green Official, I think is his Facebook page.
Hold on.
There's a long little thing he wrote to his friends about this album and this song, and I'm going to tell you what, it was very good. Very proud of him.
Where do I need to go with that?
I'll see if I can.
Oh, I can. No, wait. I can do it. I know how to
Put
do
it in our community tab. Can you log on to that?
Oh, no. I can do it this way. Hold on.
If nothing else, I want to put what he wrote to his friends so you can read it. I'm very proud of the boy. He's really, really done a good job. And it's very easy to get discouraged in the music business. It is very easy to get. He was made promises by some people and just didn't go through the way he wanted to. But he's got a great manager and a great producer named Steve Cox, and he is just awesome. Steve's an awesome guy. I can't say more about him. He's just very awesome. He also manages Colin Ray, the older singer, Colin Ray. Let's see. Okay, let's talk about this real quick while she's doing that. This is Haley Majors. She has come up missing. Last seen on January the 4th, 2021 from Parrott, Georgia. And there's not much on this case that I could find. I couldn't find anything as far as how she came up missing or what, but you can see, very pretty girl.
Oh gosh,
does not say that she's a runaway or not. She's 16 years old, but here it is. It missing since January the 4th. Here it is. March the 19th. So you're talking about 3 months, two months something. January, February, 2 months. About a little over 2 months and 15 days. So, it's too long. It's way, way too long for just a typical runaway. And there's no indication she is a runaway. So keep that in mind. Keep that face out there. If you were to see her or know about her, if you're watching this program and you know where she's at, please let the parents of the police know. Call 911 and tell somebody, because they are absolutely word sick. This is a case I brought up. Now, this is not my main case that I want to talk about here tonight, but this was kind of weird. This girl right here, missing, this is Kelly Jo McCrary. This was her boyfriend, husband, right here, James. And he was, even though she's missing, has not been found yet, he was arrested for her murder. How, I don't know why, but he was tried and found not guilty. So if she is out there and she is buried somewhere and he did it, he got away with it. but there's a chance that she may be just out there. And that's what I thought about this case. This is why I featured this case. Is she's from Anderson, Indiana. She's from the same place that Suzanne Morphew lived, down in that area, Anderson, Indiana. Endangered missing since 1991. She would be 52 now. She was 22 when this happened. 5'8" to 5'11", 130 pounds. And really, there's not much that I can say about how she disappeared, other than the fact that her husband at the time was tried and found not guilty. Not enough evidence. The jury said this. I read in there. The jury said, we believe he did it, but the DA didn't prove it. See, that's a problem now too. That's why even though I'd love to see something bring to light on the Morphew case, I don't want them to run out there and charge somebody with that case right now if they can't prove it, because they could be found not guilty, and then they could get on the news the next night and say, yeah, I did it, but you know what? Y'all found me not guilty. Nothing you can do about it. I mean, look at O.J. Simpson. There is not listen, you can never, if you've ever read anything about that case and look at the crime scene and look what happened and how they investigated, if you don't know about it, go read about it. There's no possible way you can tell me he's not guilty. No possible way. Is that her dog snoring down there?
Yes. Well, it ain't me.
Well, okay. These are two cases that I do want to cover. This is Christina. Was that Christina Dina? Is that the way you pronounce that?
Well, I have a problem.
What?
The thing's all messed up, and so it's covering up part of that, so I can't.
Okay, well, it's Kirstenen. So
Christine.
that's Christina. Blue, that I don't even know how to pronounce. We were trying to pronounce that earlier. It's like Blue Eggman or something like that. It's a weird last name. I think I read somewhere she was born in Germany, so that would make a lot of sense. 26 years old, 5'2", 115 pounds. Last seen in Indianapolis on January the 2nd of 2021 at 2 a.m. on a CCT surveillance walking through the YMCA parking lot. And they're not sure why she was out at this time at the YMCA, but hey, when I was growing up, it wasn't nothing for me to be out 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. But what I did was I just tell my parents I was spending the night with somebody, and they would tell their parents they're spending the night with me. So everybody, my parents didn't know anything. I mean,
I'm learning new things about
and
you.
we would walk around go in the cars. We'd drive around all over Huntsville. At the time I was living in Huntsville, we'd walk around. And then some nights we'd spend the night in tents out in my friend's backyard. But his parents had no ideas. We never stayed there. I mean, there was all kinds of alcohol consumed and everything.
I think you tell way too much.
I mean, that's when I was growing up. I quit drinking. I didn't drink anything since college. The family of hers said they've been anxious for answers in her mysterious disappearance for over 2 months. She was the last seen walking from the Irish Mutt, a local bar now, and well, she's old enough, after midnight, after a night of drinking with her friends. Security cameras last caught her image around 2 a.m. on Saturday, January the 2nd, walking through the YMCA parking lot, Indianapolis, Indiana. After months without answers, the family is offering a $10,000 reward, and what they need to do is get the governor's office and see if he'll put up some too. In exchange, and I think Buttigieg, governor of Indiana or something.
No, I think he stepped down because he's now something else.
Okay, well, he was mayor. That's what he wasn't governor. In exchange for information leading to her safe return. And I think I would change that reward thing and say in exchange for information leading to either a safe return or the person that did it. The investigation, they said here, Loft Investigations International was started a GoFundMe page on behalf of the family to fund independent investigators in looking into her disappearance, and they do have a GoFundMe page. She communicated with her mother, Lisa, on the day she went missing, telling her she wouldn't need a ride home from work because she intended to meet up with friends at the local bar. The Irish Mutt, along with several friends, she left the bar around 12:15 in the morning after a night of merriment. I guess that's a night of like partying. After expressing a desire to go bowling, she was last seen with her friend headed to the direction of nearby bowling alley. She was last observed, like we said, on the, well, it says here last observed at 12:20, but we know that's not true because they just said it was on YMCA like 2 a.m. The Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department initially reached out to the community and searched for clues regarding the missing woman. As old adage goes, somebody knows something, and that's what we say here all the time. Somebody knows something. If I ever get shirts where people buy shirts or something like that, I'm going to put that on it.
Hey, that would be good. Something. Somebody knows something with the missing live stream.
And maybe even one of the organizations to call, too, Lost or whatever. Police were in search of anyone who might have witnessed her movements at the crucial juncture in the final moments before she was last seen. The cameras had last recorded. And let me see, I know I've got another page here. Let's see. Let's see. Proven investigators, initial stages, conducting an independent investigation into her disappearance. Seeking expertise to an independent private investigator is not dissimilar to seeking a second opinion of a consulting doctor, medical doctor. Having a fresh pair of eyes or two or three look over the case in one of the best ways to develop new leads, objectively pursuing all existing leads, develop comprehensive strategies from searches and missing person investigation. That sounds like, I'm sorry, but that sounds like a resume. And develop comprehensive strategies for searching and missing person investigations. Investigation composed of former military, law enforcement personnel, over 30 years experience in missing person cases. She's described as 5 foot 2 inches tall, weighing 115 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. Last seen wearing black waist-length coat, blue jeans, a gray stocking cap, and she's carrying a white backpack. Anyone information on this, contact IMPD, which is, I guess, Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department.
So it's in Indiana, GCS.
Yeah, it's in Indiana, and near in Indianapolis area. So this is probably a bad outcome, but we always pray that it's not. Any questions about that before we go to the next one? I can't see the question, so.
It's okay, I'm watching.
Things like this, it sounds like she wandered into the wrong area and got abducted, or if she, depends on how intoxicated she was, she could have got in the car with the wrong person, and bad things happened. I got to watch out for that, because that captain that over in Atlanta said bad things happen, and he got in trouble, got fired from his job.
No, I think he
something.
said he had a bad day.
Yeah, he had a bad day. But anyway, I posted something on Facebook today, and I was so aggravated over the Asian thing. I mean, listen, those are Korean girls, and our daughter's Korean, so it bothers. We love all angels. Michael, is Asian. He stays here at our house all the time. But I put on Facebook, my personal Facebook page, I said, I call the virus from China, and I call it China virus. I do, because that's where it's from. It came out of bats, people eating bats or a lab or something over there, and that's what I call it. It didn't originate in the United States. If it originated in Greenland, I'd call it the Greenland virus. But I said, I guess that people would make stupid statements like you're a racist because you call it the China virus. But I'm going to tell you, I posted a picture of my girl and my boy, and I said, look at these two. I said, I would give my life for either one of these two. I love them endlessly. Non-judging, no matter what happens, I'll still love my kids. They can do anything, I'll still love my kids. One of them is full-blooded Korean. She's Asian. My son is American.
Lori said, huge letters, as big as she could put them, stop apologizing.
Well, no, I didn't apologize. What I said was that I told these people, stop accusing people of being racist out there if you don't know what you're talking about. And that's what I told it to him. You can say that it's a China virus. That's what I'm saying right now. It's a China virus. But if they want to call me a racist saying that, when they don't even know my family history.
Calling somebody a racist is one of the worst things you can do because it shuts down the conversation immediately. And they don't know us. If they knew us, they would know we're not racist. I don't like bad people, but I don't care what color they are.
I'll tell you a quick story. We'll go to our next person we'll talk about. I was in court, jury trial. They had me on the stand. The lawyer was from another town, didn't know me, didn't know about my family. And the person I arrested was Asian, okay? I arrested him for drugs or something like that. I think it was MDMA or something. I don't remember what it was. That lawyer said, why don't you just tell the jury that you really don't like Asians? That you got an interior hatred for Asians. And I just kind of snickered a little bit, and he said, what's so funny? And I said, nothing. And then finally a couple of questions about something else, and he went down and sat down, and the DA set up, he knew everything. He said, Investigator Green, do you have any kids? And that guy said, what's this about? And he said, the judge said, go ahead. He said,
the judge
knew it. He said, what nationality is your girl? And the lawyer said, he said, what nationality? And I said, she's full-blooded Korean. How long have you had her? Since she was 7 months old. Do you have a brother-in-law? Yes. What is his nationality? He's Korean. And that finally the jury was almost laughing because they realized the other lawyer was just blowing smoke, trying to get me mad or trying to establish that I was a racist when I have an international family. My brother-in-law's Korean, my daughter's Korean. I have a Vietnamese boy that stays at our house.
We have a black godchild.
We have a black godchild. I mean, come on, guys. All right. This is a mother, Jessica. It's Dietzel. I guess that is. She's been missing over a year now. A Georgia family is still in search for the answers in the disappearance of their 22-year-old mother, Jessica Dietzel. See here. Jessica was reported missing on mid-February 2020 after losing contact with her family. She has been having problems with her cell phone and has been using Facebook Messenger and other people's cells to contact her mother. Katrina Johnson, recalling her last conversation, Johnson said it was nothing out of the ordinary. We spoke on the phone and she seemed fine. She told Dateline. But over the next few days, I tried to message her on Facebook and nothing. She just never responded. It's been a nightmare ever since. I'm going to tell you this. I hate when the only contact is through Facebook, Instagram, where they don't see you up there, because just like the Morphy case, and I go back to that occasionally. That night at 12 o'clock on Suzanne's page, she tried to friend a bunch of male friends in Indiana, her brother's age, down in here. It kind of made it look like that she was looking for another man, which I don't believe in a million years that was her on the Facebook. There's just no way to tell, though, because it was her page, and I would bet the ISP ring back to her house. On the onset of the investigation, getting answers in the disappearance of Jessica has been challenging due to circumstances of her disappearance. The Lee County Sheriff's Office had stated that on the date of Jessica's disappearance is unknown, projecting it to be between February 16th, which is my birthday, and March the 1st. According to Dateline, APD authorities were informed that Jessica had been planning to visit someone who lives in a tent near Random Springs Road next to Flint River in Albany. I'm assuming that's Albany, New York. This lead resulted in the LCSO working in tandem with Albany Police to interview witnesses and follow up on the reports sightings of Jessica in Albany. In a joint effort between law enforcement and the community, a search for Jessica was launched in a wooded area close to the river. Despite the efforts, and I think it continue here, despite the efforts, they didn't find anything. By July 2020, all available leads and disappearance of Jessica hadn't yielded any answers. With so much time passing without answers, members of Jessica's family begin to question whether or not the sheriff's office was taking the case seriously. And I understand how they could do that, but it's a slow go in some situations when there are absolutely no leads. Let me see here. I lost my place. These family members have alleged that because Jessica has a history of substance abuse issues in the past, law enforcement is not prioritizing the case. Their suspicions are not out of the realm of possibility. Police departments have been known to drag their feet on missing person cases involving persons who have a history of substance abuse. And I'll say that I don't know that may be true in the beer departments because they're dealing with, they say almost 90-something% or 100% are homeless. 90-something% of the homeless have some type of mental illness or substance abuse, and most of the time it's both in these homeless camps and everything. Sometimes it's the personal bias of the investigator against the addicts that slows investigations, but investigators can also develop tunnel vision in these cases where addicts go missing. Investigators may assume that the missing person is in full swing of an addict behavior and that they will eventually turn up, whatever the reason. The amount of resource and attention in the case involving missing persons with any history of drug abuse is severely lacking. Well, that may be true, like I said, in the bigger, and it tends to throw light on it when you think somebody may be an alcoholic or a drug addict or they have a history of running away. You tend to think, well, maybe they went on a binge, maybe they're in somebody's house on somebody's couch, or maybe they'll come back. But this has been a year. I don't think that's the case. The chief there in Parsley with Albany police wants both the family and the public to know that they have not given up on Jessica's case. He says, I would say those allegations are untrue. It doesn't matter about your past with us. If anything, we want to know about your past. They want to know about their past and know where to look. We just want to know any information that might lead to Jessica. I don't want the family to feel this way. I hate that they feel that way, but every lead that they've been given us has been exhaustively. He's followed up every single lead. So, there's been no new evidence, basically. What is that last frame? I'm going to have to turn this banner off so I can even see it. Said, though, APD confirmed that new evidence had come to light that it developed additional leads, but they was not able to disclose what that evidence was. And apparently nothing as of this time of this investigation. Anyway, where am I at? In addition to raising her young child, Christina also must budget for her time and energy in multiple jobs, participating in the search for her daughter. And I don't know why they would even put that in there unless they have not seen her at the search sites and they're trying to get everybody from thinking that something's up on that. Christina is caring for her 3-year-old daughter. I guess that's the missing person, the missing mother. Elena. Christina told Dateline she looks exactly like Jessica. The same smile. It's really heartbreaking. I don't want her to grow up without her mommy. It's truly wrenching sentiment. It's been a year, missing holidays, special occasions. Said this deeply hurt the family, basically, is what they're saying. She's described 5'7", 150 pounds, green eyes, long, straight, blonde hair, name Elena tattooed on her left side of her chest near her collarbone. She has a nose ring, and her right nostril has a stud below her lower lip on the right side. And they say any information on her, anybody knows her whereabouts, please contact the Albany Police Department. Do you have anything? Anybody have anything about that? Anything to say about that, or comments about that? Can you read it, Dina? Because I can't see it.
They're talking about other stuff.
Ah, okay. Can I get me into the conversation? Yeah, and to top it off about the glasses, I can't have contacts because I shake too much. I can't put the contacts in my eyes. While reading all this stuff, I ran across this. No, that's not it. Right here. In 2002, TikTok users Alicia Kozak was groomed online and subsequently kidnapped by a predator who held her for 4 days before she was finally recovered. She was 13 years old at the time and believed the person was speaking to online was a boy her own age. And see, that is the thing. These pervert predators will groom kids online, tell them what they want to hear. They will pretend to be the little boy and then meet up with them for whatever and then kidnap them. She was 13 years old. Okay. In the reality, he was a 38-year-old man named Scott Teree. He groomed her over a year before luring her to meet him. So think about that. He took his time with her, a whole year. He talked to her probably every night. He probably understood all of her problems. He probably told her parents shouldn't be so mean to her and she shouldn't have to do this. He actually just groomed her. And you think about that. That's a lot of grooming over 1 year. That's a long time to be grooming one person. Excuse me, the phone. He coerced her into his vehicle, then drove her across state lines. That's when the FBI gets involved. Pennsylvania to Virginia. And an anonymous tip Anonymous tip into law enforcement about Alicia's location. Led the FBI was able to locate Therese' IP address and thus his physical address where they successfully recovered Alicia. Man, she was lucky she wasn't killed. Alicia's story was one of the first high-profile stories on dangers of internet and grooming behavior. Predators slide into chat rooms and private messengers, and they basically pretend they're minors with the intentions of luring them to from the safety of their homes and into captivity, taking kidnap plots entire different level. It's a danger that's not only to the parents, were not aware of it at the time, and as a survivor, Alicia saw an opportunity to educate the public about the internet safety. She started the Alicia Project, an advocacy group that toured around the nation speaking to children in schools about safety online. And this, I can tell you about us working these predator cases. The one that really, we had some that had brought guns with them to meet who they thought were 13-year-old girls. One in particular came from around Clanton, Alabama. He was a Canadian citizen. He thought I was a 13-year-old girl he was coming to meet. He was wearing the same shirt that he showed online, his face, everything. In his truck, and I've told this before, but maybe some of you weren't listening. In his truck, which had a tag that said, "I fornicate," however he got it passed by the tag people, I'll never know, was a grocery sack. Inside the grocery sack was 2 disposable Kodak cameras. It was duct tape, wire ties, binding material. It was condoms, Vaseline, just a lot of. It was actually a way for them to capture them. Duct tape over the mouth, wire ties to tie their hands and their feet, cameras to take pictures to send it out on the dark web to their, to the other perverts. He had what we would call a full-born rape kit. And before trial, he got on bond and he skipped, and now he's in Canada. And actually, I've had 2 calls from the district attorney's office, one about 3 years ago saying, "U.S. Marshals may know where he's at. Will you come testify?" And I said, absolutely. And then recently is 2 or 3 years, I think 6 months ago, I had another call from the DA. They changed DAs. They said, "If we can get him into custody in Canada, will you come testify?" And I said, absolutely. But here's the issue with that. They may have to go get him, and they will have to go in Canada. He's not come back to the United States on his own. What I said was, can we get him? I mean, if he does come back to the United States at any time, even 20 years from now, if I am still alive, I will testify against this. He's a POS, if you know what that means. And I don't like to talk that way, but that's exactly what he is. We only had a couple people skip out on bond, but all of them were captured except for him. We had doctors, and it was just crazy. It's really, really crazy. Any other questions or statements, criticisms, anything? I know that Tyson is on tonight. I want y'all to look for him. I think he's on after me. He said that the other night. I want to show you a couple pictures that Dina posted. This is me and Dina when we were dating in high school.
Is it our engagement picture?
Yeah, our engagement picture. I'm sorry.
We were out of high school.
We were out of high school for 2 years. Yesterday was our anniversary. We had been married 43 years, and we dated 4 years before we got married. So we've actually been together 47 years, but we were married 43 years in a row. I had to say that because,
I liked my first husband better.
yeah, I know. What the heck.
Tommy is my first.
First and last. Better be.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our engagement picture. And that was a couple years ago. This was at Bryce Canyon, Utah, when we were on the road with our RV before that. It's a good picture, Dina. See my big honker there. But yesterday, you know what we did for our anniversary? We stayed home and had supper in front of the fire.
What did we even eat?
I think I ate hamburger. No, I was going to eat hamburgers. I don't know what I ate. Fish or something like that.
I can't remember what we had.
I think it was hamburgers. I don't know.
No?
Wasn't hamburgers?
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I don't remember.
God, that's bad.
That's bad.
And I had a B12 shot.
Yeah. You don't remember what we had last night?
No.
Are you sure? I thought you were going to cook me hamburgers. I told you to cook me hamburgers, but you didn't. I remember you said, no, I'm not going to cook you hamburgers. What was that you cooked me? Oh, I had chicken. That's what I had.
Yeah, chicken.
That's what I had. I had chicken. Okay. Well, it is 10 minutes till the hour. Does anybody got any questions? It can be about anything.
T.S. Jackson said, should we keep our kids out of chat rooms altogether?
Yes, absolutely. Well, I'm going to tell you something. If you don't do it, somebody is going to listen. Recently, I think it was when we first started this channel, I had recorded my screen. I can't remember where it was, when the time was. I went into a chat room and posed as a little girl, like it was like a 14-year-old girl. Within 5 minutes, I was hit on about 20 times by older guys. They sent me all kinds of porn, everything. So I honestly, one guy, I'm your age, I'm the same age. Let's go to Hangouts, wherever. I don't use Hangouts. Let's go to Hangouts. I said, why? Because we can't talk about what I want to talk about on here. I'm not doing that. My mom doesn't want me to be in that place. And finally, I just cut off because I was bombarded with it. So I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to, for whatever reason, he had other motives. If I'd have been a police officer, he'd been in jail probably in a week because obviously he had something else on his mind. But I would not let your kids go to chat rooms at all. And I don't care if it's teen chat because that's where they're grooming them at. They go into these chat rooms and pose as teens. And that's the way. And other police officers do too. A lot of police officers work these rooms. But they won't get involved with anybody but somebody comes on to them. They'll pose as girls. And, if it ever starts to get, they want to find out who they're talking to. They'll pose like that. And then, I wouldn't let them do it. And there's programs I would get for all of my children's phones. And if they don't like it, I'm sorry. Even if I had to do it and not tell them about it, but I would get something that allows you to, see what every text message is that they get, to follow them online, that you can follow them online. Because if their mother would have had them online right there, then she could tell, hey, I see her phone is right here, and send the police right to it. Now, being an adult's a different story, because I'm going to tell you, my son lets us follow him all the time because his car needs repairing, and he's worried about getting stuck out on the road when he comes from Nashville down our house. So he doesn't mind. And we let our kids follow all of us. All of our kids can follow us anytime. My girl Mindy says, I'll follow you, but you can't follow me. And I said, why, Mindy? I said, you got a husband. She said, well, you just don't need to know where I'm at all the time. I think it's just independence. She ain't doing nothing. She's 38 years old. She's in church every Sunday, and, she's got a husband. But it's just the kind of independence thing. But if they're under 18 years old or, living at your house, I'd be aware of what somebody's talking about online, and especially like where they are visiting, what websites they're visiting, and what they're doing. Because you don't think that people are out there grooming these people. I mean, like I said, I was online for maybe 10 minutes before I deleted that whole profile and everything. And Dina was with me; she was watching. That I posed as I think a 14-year-old girl, and I was bombarded with people trying to get me to go to different chat areas and asking me all kind of rude questions and sending me pictures. I just just got out of it, just deleted it. I didn't want to see any. I mean, really, I don't have any arrest powers right now, but if I did, if I was working that type of case again, there's so much predators on the internet. It's just dangerous.
Lynn said, a predator tried to lure my granddaughter. We called the police. No more chatting for her.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you something too. I would be, like I said, I know nowadays it's real good to give your 12-year-old a cell phone. I see that all the time. Or even 10 years old, they give them a cell phone. And I've heard the excuse, mom and daddy says, well, they need a phone to call me at school or something. No, I survived. I went all the way through college and didn't have a cell phone. Went all the way, got married, didn't have a cell phone, and didn't even have a cell phone the way up in our marriage. And so I'm just telling you, it's giving a child a cell phone to me is a huge thing. So what I would do without telling them, and I hate it, privacy issue. I heard somebody say, well, I haven't violated my child's privacy. Well, if they're missing, what are you going to do about it? I would make sure every text coming across that thing comes to your phone. Every single text they do, you'll find out if drugs are getting offered to them. You'll find out if sex being offered to them. You'll find out a whole lot of stuff that way.
But you have to be careful about how you question them about it.
That's right. They will know because all they do is use a friend's phone or buy one up there at Walmart, pay-as-you-go burner phone.
Okay. T.S. Jackson said, do you know if gaming is safe?
No, it's not. And I'll tell you why I know that. Because that's where a lot of the predators go to meet young children on the gaming site. They'll get them in Hangouts or one of these chat rooms on the side, and they'll start talking to them. Anything connected to the internet is not safe for your kids. I'm going to tell you, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's just not safe. Snapchat is a real huge bad boy because everything they do on Snapchat disappears in 3 or 4 minutes. So they can make all these comments to anybody they want to, and you'll never know about what it is. I would definitely, but the one thing I would also want to know where my kid's at all the time.
Any updates on the West Boys?
I'll check before I came in. There's nothing so far. They're not saying anything about the search warrant they did either. I think they sealed it, which probably is a good thing because if they got out there what the search warrant was for and the information they had to get the search warrant, then it could alert the people that did something with the children.
Okay. Does anyone watch Web Sleuths with Trisha? Melinda's going to be on there tonight.
Okay. I actually do occasionally.
Good.
Melinda's going to be there? Do you know what she's covering?
They didn't say. They just said she's going to be there.
Okay. All righty. Well,
wait a minute. I'm trying to catch up with the questions. Okay, I guess I did.
All right, but we're going to go so Ty, you can get ready for Tyson's show too. And our Melinda being over there on Web Sleuths. I wasn't aware of that, but that's good to know. I'll try to go over there.
Thank you for all of the happy anniversaries.
Yeah, thank you very much. We appreciate it. And I would appreciate if anybody hasn't gone over to our RV channel. It's the #1 million mile road trip. Go over and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to have 1,000 subscribers. Help us get monetized quicker. And listen, we don't get rich from YouTube. I made $1.97 I think on the last video. So that's still $1.97 I didn't have. All right. So everybody, we will see you next week. Unless something major changes, we're going to get out of here. And if you go over to Tyson, tell him we said hello. Or if you go for Web Sleuths, tell them we said hello over there also. And God bless every one of you. And we love you very much. So let me see if I can find something to play on the outside of this. to go. Where do you want to play, Dina? A doggy thing? One of the doggy things? I'll play one of the doggy things. I don't know which one it is. I think it's the one with you and them.
Where are you going? Are you going to see Darby? Huh? Are you going to see Darby? You missed your cousin. Oh my goodness, you missed your cousin. Okay, we're gonna go see her. Just give me just a minute. It takes she's 5 miles from our house. Well, maybe not 5. Maybe 3 miles. Oh my goodness. Okay, listen. Use your inside voice. Okay, inside voice. Okay. Shh. Talk to me. You want to see Darby? Huh? Do you want to go see Darby? Is that what you want? Tell me. Well, talk to me. I don't like whining. Oh, my goodness. Can you stop whining? And sick, you haven't got to see her? Okay, no sense in growling. You can't get there any faster. Where's Darby? Where's Darby? Huh? Where is she? Where's Darby? Where'd Darby go? Huh? Where's Darby? Darby! Come here, Maggie. Look. Is Darby up there? Do you see Darby? Oh, I saw her just then. I saw her. It's your friend. Look. There's Darby. Look. Look. Maggie. Oh, look. It's my friend. It's my cousin. Okay. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. Oh, Maggie, no. Okay, y'all go play. Hey, Darby. Oh, God. Darby, you just about tore my shirt off. Maggie, down. Okay. Y'all go play. Okay, yes, I know you're glad to have your papa home, aren't you?